you have spheno. I'm sorry. You have what? You have spheno, palatine or trigopalatine, the same. Then you have submandible. What exactly you need to cover? What exactly you need to cover under those ganglia? Under those ganglia, you need to cover certain items. The first item, location. Where they are exactly? Location, the site. Okay? Second, roots. Third, distribution. When I say location, I'm going to mention anatomical place and the anatomical nerve which hold them. Which nerve hold them? Otic ganglia, where it is. Choose one location. Is it in trigopalatine fossa, temporal fossa, infratemporal fossa? The infratemporal fossa, under foramen ovale, correct? Related to which nerve? Which division? V3. So it is holded by V3.
Damn, this is hard.
Sphenopalatine ganglia, which fossa?
Trigopalatine.
Trigopalatine fossa, correct? It is holded by which V? V2. Submandibular. Submandibular. In which place? In submandibular region. In submandibular region. We're gonna cover this later. Okay? Holded by which nerve? Bilingual, which is related to V3. But let us be specific. Bilingual nerve. Lingual or V3. Correct? It is holded bilingual or V3. And we have this, we'll do this before. Okay, guys?
Right.
Second, roots. When you talk about roots, what is the functional root? Is it sympathetic, parasympathetic, or sensory? About parasympathetic, that's why we call them parasympathetic ganglia. What is meant by functional root? I'll change the subject for a little bit and say ganglia defined as accumulation of nerve cells outside CNS. Ganglia or ganglion is nerve cells outside CNS. Okay? In which you have preganglionic fibers and postganglionic fibers. This is the definition of ganglion. Preganglionic and postganglionic. This is a functional part. The preganglionic either sympathetic or parasympathetic. In our case, parasympathetic. The postganglionic takes this away to the organ. So the postganglionic going to the organ. This organ can be glands. Can be what? Glands. Okay? So the postganglionic is going to the glands. So this is the ganglion. Roots which travel through the ganglion without rely here or without stop, this is non-functional root. Non-functional root. But this one is the functional root. Is the functional root. Okay?
This parasympathetic.
The parasympathetic or sympathetic. This is a function which, when it stop there, this is functional. It means that it's going to do something for the glands or for the blood vessels or organ. When it comes to this is parasympathetic ganglia. So the most important root is the parasympathetic root. Parasympathetic. Okay, where it come from here? In the case of otic ganglion. Which nerve? 9.
9.
You want more detail? Which branch of 9?
The glass.
Lesser superficial petrosa, correct? You want more detail? This is preganglionic. So post-ganglionic hair going where? To parotid. The post-ganglionic go where?
Parotid.
Parotid. How about in sphenopalatine ganglion? So parasympathetic root is what? 7. Correct? More detailed. Which branch of 7? Greater superficial petrosal nerve. Post-ganglionic is going to which gland? Lacrimal, palatine, and nasal. Okay? And you know how they reach there? They reach there to lacrimal through V2 and V3, to palatine through palatine nerves, to nasal through nasopalatine nerves. You know that, we covered that. How about the submandibular? Again, coming from where? 7. Which branch of 7? Which branch of 7? Lower. No. Lingual coming from 7? Corda tympani. So this one is corda tympani. Right? The post-ganglionic fibers are going to which gland? Submandibular and sublingual. How they reach there? Through lingual nerve. We know that. So this is the parasympathetic root. Parasympathetic, which is the most important. The sensory root coming from where? Otic related to V3, so it's coming from V3. Sphenopalatine related to V2, so the sensory root from V2. Just go through it and go to the final destination. How about submandibular lingual? So those are sensory roots. Okay? Sympathetic. What is the function of sympathetic? This is vasomotor to what? Vasoconstriction of blood vessels. And it also inhibits secretion of the glands. Does not stop there in this ganglia. There is no pre and post ganglion. All sympathetic. Keep in mind, because this can be a question. No one come and tell me, okay, we don't, whatever I'm saying, be sure that it's gonna be in the exam. Okay? Word of mouth, lecture, and when I put the exam, I consider every single word that come from out my mouth. Okay? I'm serious. That's why I keep telling you, emphasizing, please ask me. You have the time to ask me anytime. If you send me email at 2 a.m., you will see replying to you at 1 minute after you send them. So no excuse. Okay? So I'm serious. So whatever I say is very important. So again, sympathetic. I am saying that because I am giving you a question in the exam. I am disclosing one question. Sympathetic, which travels through those ganglia, are post-ganglionic, not pre-ganglionic, coming from sympathetic ganglia in the neck. Again, sympathetic, traveling through this ganglia, are post-ganglionic, are going where? To supply mainly blood vessels, vasomotor. When I say post-ganglionic, here is sympathetic ganglia, which is the neck. If you remember, here is the spinal cord. Go back to the introduction. By the way, this information in the introduction, in the first lecture. This information in the last 3 or 4 slides in your introduction. So here is the spinal cord. The spinal cord from T1 to lumbar 2 send pre-ganglionic sympathetic fibers, pre-ganglionic, okay? What go to the neck usually coming from T1 to T2 and 3. Those what go to the neck. And they are stopping here in superior cervical ganglion. And from there, this is the post-ganglionic fiber. When they meet any of the parasympathetic ganglia, parasympathetic ganglia, which can be otic, can be sphenopalatine. They go without stop. They go without stop. What is this fiber? Is this pre-ganglionic or post-ganglionic? Post-ganglionic. Post-ganglionic coming from which ganglion? Sympathetic ganglia. Coming from sympathetic ganglia. So keep in mind that sympathetic ganglia is different from the parasympathetic. So any sympathetic branch is going through the parasympathetic ganglia in the head are going without stop. Those are post-ganglionic. They travel to the glands, they travel to the blood vessels, etc. For example, if I ask you this question, what is the deep petrosal nerve? What is the deep petrosal nerve? We have three petrosal, greater and lesser. Those are parasympathetic. What is the deep petrosal?
Sympathetic.
Sympathetic, which is surrounding internal carotid.
Artery.
Is
T.
from T1.
Right.
Deep petrosal. The definition of deep petrosal, is it post-ganglionic or pre-ganglionic sympathetic fiber? Post-ganglionic, because it's coming from this ganglion. Post-ganglionic. So, around the internal carotid artery, here is the internal carotid artery, then leave it as deep petrosal nerve. Deep petrosal nerve, and from there, head, the sphenopalatine ganglion, etc. And form pterygoid nerve with greater petrosal.
Is it functional, non-functional?
Of course, this is non-functional.
Non-functional.
When you talk about parasympathetic ganglia, non-functional. The only functioning root in the parasympathetic ganglia is the parasympathetic root. Again, when I say functioning, because it's going without stop. Even if you don't have this parasympathetic ganglia, it's still going to be functional. It is independent of it. Okay? The only one which is stopped there is parasympathetic, which is could be greater petrosal or lesser petrosal or chordae tympani. Those are the three nerves. When this is take me to something I need from you to summarize. The petrosal nerves. Petrosal nerves. Petrosal nerve. You have lesser, you have greater, you have deep petrosal nerve. These two are what? Parasympathetic. This one is sympathetic. Correct? These two are pre-ganglionic. This one is post-ganglionic. Okay? This one is going to relay or stop in this one in otic and this one in sphenopalatine ganglion, and there's a post-ganglionic going to what? To lacrimal, nasal, and the palatine gland. This one is going to parotid gland, correct? How about that? This is post-ganglionic. It's going where? Joining this guy and to form what we call it nerve of pterygoid canal. You remember it? I'm going to draw it now, but just I'll give you just outline. The deep petrosal is going to join the greater petrosal to form the nerve of pterygoid canal, supplying the blood vessels, vasoconstrictor, and inhibit salivary secretion or nasal secretion, whatever. Okay? What is nerve of pterygoid canal? Is there any other name to it?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that? Nerve of pterygoid. I can trick you in the exam. I give you the two names in two simple questions.
Does it start with a V?
Okay. Pterygoid canal. The same as
Vidian.
Vidian nerve. What happened? It start, or how this starting? Do you remember here is a facial nerve, number 7. Inside the petrous bone, this is the petrous bone. Sending this branch which is called greater superficial petrosal nerve through the foramen lacerum